Hey YouTube, this is Luke. I just wanted to get with you guys today. I had something really important I wanted to talk to you about. I just got a new product here, and it is the Traxxas 1/16 Summit. If you know anything about this vehicle, it's built on the same body as all the 1/16 Traxxas vehicles. There is a Revo that's pretty cool. The only difference is the body sits up just a little bit higher, and the suspension has long travel suspension, so it doesn't make a huge difference, but a little bit. And it's got a little bigger wheels. It's got these 2.2 geode tires on it. So the main reason for this review today is that I had trouble figuring out how big this thing was going to be before I ordered it. And quite frankly, before I even get started, I'm a little disappointed. You know, I saw a couple other reviews, and to which a couple guys made a quick mention about, oh, it was bigger than I expected, or you know, it's definitely not half the size of the full-size Summit. Well, that's not true. It's probably a third of the size of the full-size Summit. This is a really small vehicle, and that's okay. It's cool. It's really cool. It's really fast. It's fun. But you've got to know what to expect, and that's what I'm here today to help you guys out with. So I'm going to do a little size comparison with this, maybe just give you a quick overview. If you guys want to see it driving around and doing some cool stuff, there's plenty of guys out there with videos on that. My biggest thing is to make sure you make the right decision buying this car. So with no further ado here, the body is really nice. It's really rigid. It's got this cage, as do all Summits, right around the outside. It's beautiful. It's well created. I mean, it looks really nice. Nothing bad to say about that there at all. The second thing is you may have noticed or not noticed, this has an antenna that sticks up pretty high. I'm not a big fan of that because it keeps getting bent over when I roll it and things like that. I might replace the receiver at some point and maybe get a different transmitter, but just so you know, it does have a big antenna on it too. So this is it. It's actually a really nice little vehicle. The cool thing about it is it has these two little compartments, one on either side to put the battery in, and they're cooled with little air vents. It's kind of like little cowl induction, so as you're driving the air gets pulled in. Pretty neat system. The servo for the steering is really good. I was surprised some people said it was weak or you know, whatever. It's not. It does fine. And here's the greatest option with all of these 1/16 vehicles. There's actually a second slot for a servo right on this side right here, and it already comes with a servo guard underneath. So it's like they just forgot to put the second servo in. This is cool because for 20 bucks you can order a new servo and mount it right in here. It takes 2 seconds. So I'm definitely going to do that. Might be a really good option for you. The other nice thing is that this has a Servo Saver on it that's really cool. So these wheels can get cranked left and right, and it doesn't put any pressure whatsoever on the servo. Really nice setup. From the factory, I knew that this motor was going to get a little bit hot, so I ordered a 380 set of cooling fins for the Volinian 380 motor. This is a nice upgrade. It comes with thermal paste. I think it was 7 something on eBay shipped. Definitely get that with it. I was running it yesterday and it stays really cool. It did a really nice job. So they don't really make anything for the ESC, you know, the bigger 3 ESC from VXL. That has a fan that you can buy to stick on the top. This smaller ESC doesn't have anything to put on it, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to burn it out. We're going to see. I'm also not running 3S LiPos. You can run 3S with this on a single LiPo. It's not necessary, I don't think. What I did is I bought 2S. Buy the Onyx, by the way. The Traxxas ones are overrated. They're like 35 bucks. These were like $19 a piece. So 2,000 milliamp hour, 2 cell LiPos. I got 2 of them, one on each side, and that's pretty cool. You actually, when you buy this, you need to order a parallel connector and a series connector. I haven't used the series one yet, but the parallel one's cool because you can throw 2 batteries, and you need 2 batteries for weight on this anyway. So you put 1 battery in either compartment. You don't even know they're there because they're inside of the vehicle. Hook up this parallel connector, and now you have twice the runtime out of it. No brainer, $6 connector. The other connector for series, what you can do is you can connect both of the nickel metal batteries in series, and you can actually run, it's almost the equivalent to a 4-cell LiPo if you do the voltage correctly. However, you cannot run 2 2S lipos in series. It will burn up the ESC in the motor. I'm sure you can get away with it for a little bit. The longevity of your vehicle is not going to be there. So don't do that. If you run 2 3S's in series, it will instantly burn up the ESC, so don't even get your head into that mode. But that's really about it. Now the further big thing here is the size comparison. I just want to make one more statement. This thing is really well built. The A-arms are really nice. The drive shafts are super nice. The whole thing itself was well thought out. It's well assembled. Everything seems to have its own place. And I really like this vehicle. I was just a little disappointed about the size. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple things to kind of show you the size. Now first of all, I'm just going to take my hand and put it over this. And do it this way. I don't have abnormally large hands or anything. This is just about how big it is. Now if you do the math, your 2 fingertips are like 9 inches. So you figure the body of this thing is, you know, it's close to the size of my hand with a couple inches on either end to spare. And that's including the bumpers too. So if I put both my hands, I can almost cover this whole thing up, just so you know. So if you're doing this at home, that gives you a good estimate of how big it really is. The other thing is this is a standard size Traxxas controller, which this controller is kind of cheap. It must be the cheapest one they make because it doesn't even have a programmable setting for like throttle curve or anything like that. You know, usually even on like the Rustler VXLs and things, it has that second dial. This one doesn't have it. But if I put this over top of it, that is nearly the same size as the vehicle. So if you have one of these at home, set this down, your vehicle's not going to be a whole lot larger than this. I got a little ruler here. I take this ruler so you guys can see. It is absolutely, I don't care what the measurements say online, it is 12 inches bumper to bumper. If you took the bumpers off of this, it'd be all about 9.5 inches long, close to 10 inches long. It's pretty small. It's not that wide. You know, including tires, you're looking at 10 inches wide, and you know the tires are bigger than like so if you guys are looking at a Revo, the 1/16 Revo, the tires are a little smaller. It's going to be even a little bit smaller lengthwise and narrow. So keep that in mind. And the goal of this is not to bash this thing because it's a super nice car. It's just when it comes to, this was $329. By the time I bought 2 more lipos, another spur gear, and both of the parallel and series connector, and a couple other little things, that was $400. $400 for this. It's nice. It's nice. I think I could have figured out something better to buy for $400. Either way, I'm going to chalk it up and hope it's a cool vehicle and it's got a lot of longevity. In case you don't have one of the Traxxas transmitters around, I actually brought just a regular, this is a TTX 600 over one I had. This is a standard size receiver. If you look at the size comparison there, kind of gives you an idea about how big it is. Then I got a shoe. I wear a size 12. So the shoe is the same size as the vehicle, maybe even a little longer on both ends, just to give me an idea. So again, great vehicle. I'm happy with it so far. Maybe I'll do another review if I become not happy with it. They make a lot of cool accessories for it. It's easy to upgrade. But just know what you're getting into. It's pretty small. When you open the box, don't go, oh, I just wasted $400 like I did. So make an educated decision, but if this is your size of vehicle, this is for indoors, oh man, this thing would be perfect. You know, indoor little racetracks or something like that. It's got a lot of suspension travel. It's really cool for jumping. It climbs up anything. The 4-wheel drive is awesome. So if you're buying it for the right purpose, then fine. If you're going to be outdoors, I don't know a lot of obstacles you're going to be able to climb over with this thing. You might want to just, you know, spend a couple $100 extra and get the full-size Summit. So hopefully this review helped. This will apply to all 1/16 Traxxas vehicles. They're all built on the same body. So, you know, they're pretty much the same vehicle. But if you guys have any questions or want me to do anything else to kind of show you a little more about it, just let me know. I'll leave some comments below, and if you get a second, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, YouTube.